Okay, so I just showered, did my hair. I'm gonna let that dry. So I figured I would just record myself doing my makeup. Today is actually Thanksgiving. Of course, when you're seeing this, it is past, but I figured I'm actually going to do my makeup today. And so I thought I would show you how I do my makeup with glasses. And so I first thought of this idea when I was watching some true crime video. So Stephanie Harlow is one of my favorite true crime YouTubers, and she wears glasses in every single video, and she always has her makeup done, and you can always see it. Even when she uses like the vibrant colors, you can still see it. And so I was thinking, why don't I just do my own tutorial on how I do my makeup with glasses? And I'll zoom you in a little. How you want to do your makeup with glasses, it depends on where your frames sit. So you can see mine, I feel like they're bigger on the bottom, so you actually see more of my under eye, which will actually encourage me to incorporate some thicker liner or some other colors under my eye, and it kind of cuts off almost right where my lashes would hit. And so usually what I like to do, as I'll show you, is make sure I highlight up here right under my brow, because that part is visible, do inner corner, and then do some type of more dramatic makeup. And by dramatic, I just mean something that stands out. It doesn't have to be like crazy colors or anything. So let's get started. So I'm going to start with my So Jaded palette from ColourPop in collaboration with Kathleen Lights, one of my other favorite YouTubers. And I'm going to go in with this guy. So I don't really have like a monitor viewfinder or anything. Definitely not that advanced with YouTube yet. So I'm just gonna use my own mirror here. And so what I'm doing is pretty much just starting off with a light color. This one has a hint of pink undertone. So after that shade, I'm gonna go in with the Zodiac palette from Kathleen Lights, also in collaboration with ColourPop. And I'm going to use the shade, the Libra. Again, it's more of a rose pinky color, and I'm just going over just like this. So today's look, I'm actually gonna focus more on doing some winged liner to make my eyes look a little more dramatic. I'm not gonna do anything crazy. By the way, I'm using the Luxie 250 Large Eye Blending Brush. Got that in my BoxyCharm. Sorry, I keep looking at my camera screen just to make sure I'm in focus. Alright, I'm going to take a Luxie 229 Tapered Blending Brush. So I'm just going to go in with a little bit of turquoise on the palette right here. And I'm just very gently going in. It is coming in kind of dark. Do the same thing on the other eye. So it's a little too green, a little too turquoise compared to the teal shirt I'm going to wear. I'm actually just going to add in a little brown, the Taurus shade. And I think what I'm going to do is try incorporating that teal somewhere else, probably under my eye. I'm going back to that first brush and dipping in again to the Libra. Going just a little bit higher. I feel like when you kind of blend around the eye like this, you're setting it up for your eye to look bigger, which is actually what I want, because I feel like overall I have kind of small eyes. I'm going to take the Cancer here and just rub my finger in it like this, and then just pat it on the inner corner. Then I'm going to take the diamond and do the same thing. This is a Super Shock shadow, and so you don't need to really like scrub and rub. So I'm just kind of tapping. And I'm going to do the same thing and go over And then I'm also going to tap into Aquamarine, which is like a turquoise color. Can't really see it, but do a little bit of tapping on the outer corner with that shade. But in order to really see the makeup through my glasses, I suggest doing some type of winged liner. So pretty much the main areas to stand out, you want to stand out when you have your glasses on, would be your eyes, but then also again that highlight up here and then your cheekbones, and you want the highlight to hit in a certain area, so I will get to that. But first I'm going to attempt some winged liner, which, just a warning, I suck at, so please bear with me. But since the glasses will be on, I want it to be a little more dramatic than I normally would make it. So I'm taking this Hank and Henry Slick With It. I think I got this in a BoxyCharm too. Like it because the edge is very precise. So I'm pretty much just drawing out straight. Like, that's not even straight. And the problem with wing liner is it's never exactly the same on both eyes. So I'm pretty much just going to slowly start bringing it in, not from the very tip, but a little bit further down. Okay, so it doesn't look great, but now I'm taking e.l.f. liquid liner. For some reason, this is just one of my favorites. I've used it for years, and I'm just gonna go over the top more. And I'm going to get some makeup remover and remove that spot, and then be right back. So I was looking in the mirror and the eyes are okay. My plan is going to be to really emphasize like the blush, the contour, the highlight, and have that kind of come in and bring attention to my eyes. So before I finish the eyes, I'm gonna go into my face. I'm gonna use the Smashbox Photo Primer, the one that's supposed to help with Photo Finish Primer, the one that's supposed to help with the redness. As you can see, I do have acneic skin. I've had acne for as long as I can remember. So lately I've been using the Tarte Amazonian Clay BB tinted moisturizer, but I think I'm gonna go a little more full coverage today. What I'm going to do actually is mix it with L'Oreal Infallible foundation. I'm gonna do 1 pump of that, and then 1 pump of the tinted moisturizer, just a little squeeze. And mix it. So because of my dry skin lately, I have been using a sponge to apply my makeup instead of a brush, because I find when I use a brush, if there's any dry flakes, then it kind of just spreads the flakiness around. So I usually just kind of dab that on. And then take a wet sponge and just start tapping. So usually, I've always been a full coverage person because of my acne. Now I'm going to use the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. So I don't usually go overboard with the concealer like you see some people in the beauty community do. I just like to do a tiny bit under the eyes because of some dark circles. Then I'll usually bring it down to my nose. Depending on the day, I'll put it up here in the T-zone, but because right now I do have some breakouts there, I don't really want to bring attention to that area. I'm gonna go in with a couple dabs of this NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop. And actually just dab that a tiny bit on those acne spots. This one's darker, so I feel like it doesn't bring attention to the area. It kind of just matches my natural skin color. I'm going to set it with the Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh Powder using a RL Moda brush. Got it in my BoxyCharm also. So it's a very fine powder, and it's almost a wet feeling on the skin. So I kind of just dab it a little and then do a very light tapping. Like that. Depending on the day, if I'm feeling oily, I might just do a little excess. Before I finish the eyes, I'm going to go into this Pure contour palette. I usually always go for the darkest shade. Sometimes I mix them together, tap, and then just kind of go in. It looks kind of harsh at first. I'll work on blending that out. I got this palette in a BoxyCharm too, and I've just always liked it. So for blush, I'm going to try something new today. I actually ordered the Kathleen Lights x ColourPop palette. So I'm thinking with my outfit today, I'm going to do a mix of these two shades, kind of like a cooler mauve-y toned without it being too warm. So I'm just gonna dab mostly here. Do a dab. And then just gonna do a tiny bit more. Bring it down to the apple, just a tiny bit. So let me finish up the eyes. Going back in with the So Jaded palette, I'm going to do a little mix of pearl and diamond, and I usually just use my finger to highlight as well. Usually I do my brows first, but I forgot. But I just use this e.l.f. brow, and it's like $2, I think. And I just kind of start the bottom. I usually bring it down a little bit past where the natural brow ends. When I wear my glasses, I like my brows to be very precise, because where they hit, the brows kind of are like standing out above the glasses, and so I want to make sure the top is looking pretty precise. And then I'm going to take that pearl shade again, just dip into my pinky with my pinky. You could put on fake lashes if you wanted to, but I feel like it would just be kind of inconvenient with your glasses. So I'm just going to try to make my mascara pretty dramatic. I'm going to highlight the inner corners of my eyes. I like to do the step before mascara. So I'm using the Lancome Super Enhancing Primer. Just pop that on. Okay. I'm gonna go in with my all-time fave, Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. And for fun, I'm gonna actually go back into that teal shade that I started with and put it just a little bit on the under eye. Just buffing that out a tiny bit. Just to make the eye look a little bigger. Now I'm going to go back in with that Becca setting powder and add just a little extra on the part where my glasses hit, because I feel like they're always sliding down. I'm gonna pop on my glasses and then to unpin my hair to see where it feels like it's gonna fall today. And then that kind of gives me an idea of where I want to highlight. So I want to highlight right here. I'm going to first go in with the Becca Vanilla Quartz highlighter. And like I mentioned, literally putting it right there in that opening. I'm going to layer that with a Tarteist Pro Glow shade, this pinky shade in here. And just go over it again. I like to do circular motions so it doesn't look like the highlight just sitting on top of your skin, but you're actually like blending it in. Do one little more dab on my nose. And all I have to do is lips and then I'm done. Alright, I am back, just about ready to go. And I'm just going to finish up with some lips. I'm using the Jaclyn Hill Sophia shade and her Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics. I know, there was a controversy about them. She handled the launch pretty poorly. She reimbursed everyone, so I did get a refund for these lipsticks, and I use them anyway, sometimes. Put that on. And then finally, I'm going to top it with Moonchild Gloss from ColourPop. This is a completed look. So as you can see, when I turn to the side, that highlight does hit right below my glasses, which is nice. Like, you could even go further and add some highlight up there. And then as you look closely at my eyes, you can see that winged liner. So it just adds a little bit of fun. And that's how I do my makeup when I wear my glasses. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.